I'm pleased to share with you this animated depiction of the true, courageous, lifelong health journey of Jean Smith, my patient since 2023. Jean generously allowed us to tell her story openly so her experiences might help others. Her improvements with HOCL oral swishing and using an HOCL spray were exciting to witness and are completely consistent with the incredible fast-acting, persistent results we've been getting with HOCL with our patients. If only HOCL had been available for Jean when she was growing up, things might have been much different for her.
I'm Jean Smith. This is a true story of my lifelong health journey, and I want to be clear, it's not meant to be medical advice. Also, I have to give another disclaimer. This is not a story of me finding a cure. You will see me have wonderful and prolonged periods of relief from some of my symptoms. But at 56 years old, I am still living with an incurable disease that was first diagnosed 20 years ago. Some days are better than others. I'm sharing my story because I am convinced that the approaches I have chosen have resulted in a better quality of life than if I had followed standard medical practices. I'm telling this story to give context about how at 56 years old, HOCL swishing has made a big improvement for my oral and systemic health. The fact is that I attribute my many medical complications throughout my life to the painkillers, muscle relaxants, extensive testing, and antibiotics I received during my childhood and young adult life. From 4 years old, I had recurring ear, nose, and throat infections and received antibiotic treatment. From 10 years old, I developed seasonal allergies and received weekly allergy shots and took daily antihistamines. At 12, I was diagnosed with IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and told that there was no treatment. At 15, I was hospitalized for 6 months with severe back pain, requiring heavy doses of painkillers and muscle relaxants. After many extensive tests, it was discovered that I had a partially formed extra lumbar vertebrae, which was compressing my nerves, causing constant shooting pain. Surgery provided relief with a spinal fusion using a bone graft from my hip. This unfortunately started to break down after 5 years. When I was in my early 20s, I had a recurrence of the crippling pain, once again requiring me to take large doses of painkillers and muscle relaxants. I underwent a successful spinal fusion this time, using a Rajczynski metal rod system, which bolted into my spine to render the painful vertebrae immobile. For the next 15 years, while achieving success in my career and with an active social life, I still suffered from irritable bowel syndrome, acid reflux, stomach ulcers, and sinus and throat infections. I was always taking antibiotics, antihistamines, anti-inflammatories, and antacids at the advice of my doctors. One morning, when I was 36, I woke up with numbness and painful prickling in both my left arm and leg. This experience terrified me. The first test ruled out a stroke, and after 2 months of further testing and neurological consultations, I received a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. All the doctors I met with made it clear that MS is a disease without a cure and that it would only get worse over time. They did offer me drug treatments that could possibly slow the progression of MS, but they explained to me that once I started those treatments, I would not be able to safely have children. That was unacceptable, as I had always wanted to be a mother. Over the course of the next 9 years, my condition worsened, except during the 5-year period when I had my 2 babies. These were periods of great relief and hope. I experienced remission of most of my symptoms from the time I first got pregnant through to the end of the nursing of my second baby. After the end of nursing, I relapsed to a state of constant nerve pain all over my body, such that it was too painful to hold onto a cane to walk any distance. My ability to walk was further complicated by severe vertigo, leading to repeated hard falls, which often resulted in injuries. My MS doctor asked me if now that I had had my children, do I want to start taking the MS disease-modifying therapy drugs? I refused that suggestion, knowing the many dangerous side effects of the DMTs, and started to look for safer solutions. This research led me to a TMJ dentist who custom molded a lower palate appliance to correct the misalignment of my jaw. Getting from home to a TMJ office this that first time by myself was a complicated and painful experience. Because of my lack of balance, I had to use a cane and walls for support to get up to the doctor's office from the taxi. It was so worth the effort. That appliance gave me immediate, complete relief from my vertigo. It was incredible. I was able to walk without my cane for the first time in 2 years. Over the coming weeks, that appliance also provided some relief from my agonizing deep nerve pain and the pins and needles and burning sensation that covered my whole body. Several of my online multiple sclerosis groups were exploring the overlap between the symptoms of MS and the symptoms of candida bacteria overgrowth. I read Amber Ock's book on candida called Healing Multiple Sclerosis, and when I started her protocol, I experienced great success. By eliminating sugar, gluten, dairy, and processed foods, using herbs, teas, and various antifungals to kill the candida, and practicing exercise and meditation, I was so excited by this breakthrough that I co-founded an online MS support group to guide and support others to heal this way. We were lucky enough to have Amber Oak herself engage with us and answer some of our questions. I reduced almost all of my MS symptoms, including the nerve pain, pins and needles, and burning sensation. I had great improvement in my digestion, energy levels, and cognitive functions. I knew this protocol worked because when I deviated from it, either with eating the wrong foods or not managing my stress, the symptoms flooded back. TMJ dentist retired, and I was without insurance to see a dentist for 5 years. During that time, my dental appliance began to wear down, and the appliance fell into disrepair, leading to a recurrence of my loss of balance, causing falls and injuries. I was so desperate to get my appliance replaced that I borrowed some money. Dr. Goodman, a functional dentist who is, among other things, a TMJ specialist, took over my care and set me up with a new oral appliance. In addition, Dr. Goodman introduced me to an osteopath to support my alignment and to an orofacial myofunctional therapist to learn how to build up the strength and flexibility of my tongue to provide support and stability. Thanks to these wonderful professionals, I have been able to sustain relatively long periods of normal activities, doing things with my kids, shopping, cooking healthy meals. There was a period of no money for dental visits, during which I developed severe gum pain and bleeding. Fortunately, after 12 months, I was approved for the Canadian Dental Plan, and I visited Dr. Goodman again. Dr. Goodman introduced me to HOCL Oral Swish, which resolved my bleeding and pain within only a few days. I continued to use HOCL 3 to 5 times a day with continued success. The HOCL had another benefit for me. I found that spraying it on my eyelashes is controlling my blepharitis, also known as eyelash dandruff. I am also spraying HOCL on my face and found it's decreasing the red patches, dry patches, and acne. As of the taping of this video, I have been using HOCL for about 3 months, and I expect it to continue to be part of my daily routine. I am also introducing it to my teenage children.